What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld. And right now we're going to be talking about the lineup glitch for the Game Time promo. Some of you guys have been asking about, you get a free 250,000 coins from the reward when you win the Super Bowl. And it's a quick sell from the player that you get. So it's going to be very, very sweaty, but it's very confusing because some of you guys just don't understand what's going on. So what I'm going to do really quickly, I'm going to show you this, right? This is the team that I'm going to show you and break down for you, but I'm going to show you what a lot of you guys have been sending me on social media. Yo, G, I don't know what's going on. I can't get in, this and that. All right, I'm going to change my active lineup, and I'm going to go to my regular lineup. Obviously it's 84 overall, so it's not going to work. But I want to just be able to show you guys the differences of what happens, right? So it's going to show you that it's locked, and it's going to give you, pretty much what's going on. Uncommon or better players, max of 7 uncommon players, which are 79 overalls, 8+ game time players, 2+ rare plus game time players. That's the rare champions. So champions are limiteds. Those count as the 2. And then you just have to have 8 of the game time players, which is very, very easy to get through challenges. And also, they have like a little limited time one thing bundle there. I wouldn't get the bundle that tells you that it's just specifically for that. I got the bundle that was like, the one that had a higher chance of getting one of the limiteds. Obviously, I did not get a limited. EA Sports pack odds are not good. So this is the other pack that I was talking about. Kickstart your head-to-head event. It gives you pretty much a lot of the cards. You do get a chance at 284 plus, but I just didn't trust it. So I went with the other one that gave you the chance of, a limited or just a basic player. And I got the basic player. So if you're looking to just get all the players at once, you can do it this way because you do need 8 of the specific players from the promo in order for it to work. All right. So the 8 players that you need, you can get from this pack, or you can play the challenges and do it that way. You can also go ahead and just save a screenshot and it'll let you know exactly what you need to do. So whether you're on Xbox, you're on PlayStation, it doesn't matter which one you're on. Just go ahead and save that. So as you're putting together the team, you'll know exactly what you need. And then finally, you're going to need a max overall of 81. Okay. So this is what's always been happening with these type of events. EA Sports just wants your starting lineup to reflect a max of 81 overall with other things that are involved with it, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the team now so that this is my game time, my lineup, and we're going to go over it. Now, what you're going to notice is in the top right here, and also you guys can snapshot it as you listen to the video. This is what happens, right? So everybody is out of position. And one of the things that does, because it's a low overall and they're above 79 or lower, it helps you to meet the criteria. So a lot of the people that you're going to be playing are going to have 100 overall teams because they already know how to do this because it's the same way it was last year when they did it. So your O-line, this is the biggest issue. Just put a bunch of out-of-position players. The only person that's in their natural position is my center. That's it. You could do any kind of variation that you want. Just don't have more than 8 79 or less overall players. And you still can make this work, okay? So this is my O-line. I still have Uncle Vern. I got Brock Bowers. He's one of the rares. I have 2 rare game time players. Bowers and Micah Parsons. Everybody else that's in there that make up the 8, my fullback, Jared Stidham, AJ Dillon, Alvin Kamara, Ray McLeod. We have a few other ones. Michael, right here, Michael Carter, and then Mike Dana. Those are the other 8. Okay, Oren Banks. So we have at least the 8 players that are needed, and then we have the 2 champions or the the elite rare plus whatever they're calling it. Now, one of the things I also wanted to show you about your kicker, the kicker and the punter, you don't really have to worry about this. Put like a low overall here, just like at least 80 overall, and then put your main kicker as the kickoff specialist. That way, if the game comes down to a field goal, you can make the field goal. You want to have the kicker with the better kick power. Okay? Now, getting back to this, you'll see I have Chris Johnson, but he's a backup. So he doesn't reflect naturally with the overall, right? My quarterback is Jaden Daniels. He's been kind of trash. I'm probably going to finally get rid of him and get CJ Stroud, okay? You'll see that I have Randy Moss as a backup. I have Garrett Wilson. He's only at 83, but he's a backup. And that's the way that I'm working it. Some players you can leave starting because the rest of your team has such low overalls, it'll still, evaluate itself to an 81. One of the things that I found very, very glitchy though, if you make both of your D tackles, just give them the uncommon like the 79, 78, it really helps to balance out everything. Just like once I put those two guys in, everything was easy to add like, Darrelle Revis, Antonio Cromartie as a backup, Terrion Arnold as a backup. Everything else was easy once I did this defensively. Because no matter what I did, like with my adjustments, like I put Max Crosby as a starter. I had Micah Parsons, like I said, he's my other one with Brock Bowers as the rare. And everything else just worked out with these two being low overall. All right. So that's primarily, and I have Percy Butler back there. Those are primarily the low overalls. Okay. You can then, this is something that you can do if you have a better team than I do, because my team, I don't have all the top players. If you have a better team than I do, right, you can just put your free safety, if they're a corner, like say you wanted to put Darrelle Revis at free safety, whatever. You can put your high-ranked players out of position and it'll still work. This is just a format to kind of give you guys an idea in case you're having a lot of difficulty. You can see I snuck Fred Warner in there at 86. You can do it however you like, but the best thing to understand is putting them out of position to make their overalls lower is the best possible thing. That's the way that you're going to get this done. All right. Everything else will be the same, your coach, whatever, it doesn't really matter. I showed you about the special teams. You can also add players in on kickoff and punter that don't reflect the overall of your offense and your defense. That's how I sneak McCaffrey in, all right, in case you guys are wondering about McCaffrey. Now, when we go back to the event, you'll see that it's now open. You see that it has like a timer on it, right? So that timer is letting you know how long it's going to last and everything like that. The rewards in the divisions and the way that they show it to you, it doesn't let you see what goes on with the division goals or, whatever else, like when you win the Super Bowl, but it's a regular full season. And when you win the Super Bowl, you're going to get the $250K. Everybody that you play is going to be utilizing some form of that glitch. So when you go into the game, what you're going to do is you're going to pause it and you're going to auto reorder it. Okay. Once you auto reorder, it's going to put everybody obviously at their best possible places. And then you're going to play your game the way you usually play it with your regular team. So that's how you're really going to do it. And a lot of you guys should be able to pull out at least one Super Bowl. I'm going to win like one or two and then I'm going to be done with it. It's really, really sweaty. So it's not something that I would recommend if you're not ready to like just really like, bro, put on a Nike Dry Fit. You probably shouldn't rock it. Now, as far as the field pass goes, right, just to kind of make sure you guys understand what's going on, there's not a lot that goes on in this. The biggest thing that I saw that I actually liked, they had the 84 plus B&D. That might turn out to be something good if you go with the B&D. I'm going to tell you this again, right? I don't like getting any, B&Ds just to begin with. I don't like the B&Ds, but getting an 82 overall is useless. It's not going to really benefit you at all. Like the way that the game is right now, I believe the 83s or 84s are selling for like 100K, but there really isn't a benefit for you to take those cards unless you're going to utilize a set and you're really trying to grind to make something auctionable. I would not recommend that you do it. I would just say, look, go after the 80 whatever plus and see if you could pull one of these or maybe the limited. Because Xavier is gonna. What is it? Xavier? What's his last name? I have him on my thing. The Xavier guy from the Chiefs, Xavier Worthy. He's gonna get a +1 if the Chiefs win tonight. The other dude is the corner from the. I think he's on the Ravens or something. We're going to go check that out right now as well. When you go to the catalog, you'll be able to see what's going on with that and understand, how it's going to work out. So Nate Wiggins, right? This guy is going to go up +1 speed, or Xavier Worthy is going to go up +1 speed, depending on who wins tonight. So the reason that I'm telling you, if you go through the field pass to get the 84 plus B&D, is you can pull the limited. Yes, it will be B&D, but it'll still be one of the best cards in the game. Even if you get, either of these cards. And then possibly, you could probably, maybe get a champion or something like that. But I'm just letting you guys know why I prefer that over the 82 auctionable. It just doesn't really make a lot of, logical sense to do it any other way. Now, this is the final thing that you have to understand. If you are going to be dabbling with the sets, it's very, very difficult to actually make one of the champions you know, they made it a little bit more expensive because the 84 to 85s, this is ridiculous. The amount you have to pay for that. And I told you this already, that's like 100 and something, you know, 120, 130, whatever. And when I'm done with playing this promo, I'm going to try to sell it as early as I can. So that way I can make some of my coins back. But I would probably lurk the auction house to get these players rather than do anything else. Because if you don't, it's going to be a problem. All right. You have to lurk the auction house. It is very important that you do, because if you look at the price ranges of them, you're going to probably save $400K for Brock Bowers. You can snipe Micah Parsons. You can snipe CJ Stroud, and it's just a lot cheaper. Now, this guy, I believe, is the reward. He quick sells for $250K, the Tremaine Edmonds. Again, I don't think that he's that much of a big deal. They only did this to kind of drive to this mode to make people want to play it. I don't think, unless he's like, you know, what is he? Like he Bears and Bills, I believe he is. Let me check his team chemistry. Yeah, Bears and Bills. If you're looking to do that, that's the only way I would keep this guy. I would run this glitch and I would go and try to win as many Super Bowls as possible and keep just quick selling them. Like, honestly, I would just keep like, yo, hey, you're gone. All right. This guy is the welcome pack, Christian Wilkins. So if you're struggling with a, you know, no money spent type team or anything that's going on, you can definitely 100% utilize this guy. 310 pounds, ready to go. So you can, you know, just put somebody in. It's a free 85 overall to get your team up and running, and you should be good to go. And the final thing about the field pass, I just want to point out the way I always do. Okay, so they have a like glitch where you can't see it. So let me just back out real quick, and I'm going to go back into it so you guys can see what I'm talking about. You just have to make sure that you have 2+ players with this particular promo. All right, so inside of this, what you're going to want to do, like I said, is just make sure. And it tracks in any game mode, but you have to have 2 or more. So I could actually do all of this, you know, in a solo battle and just get it over with while I have my team set like this with the cards. Or I can just leave it and do it later. It doesn't matter. But what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to probably just play the challenges and get all of this done, you know, just get all of it done anyway. And just get it all done and then go through the rewards, get this done. Not that big of a deal. I will tell you this much though, Micah Parsons is not as good as I thought he would be. Very, very disappointing. But I'm gonna keep him for now because I gotta finish up this actual, you know, live event. And once this live event is over, he's probably gonna get rage sold. The dude was not really making plays. But other than that, like I said, when you start the game and you use this method, please remember, you have to reorder your lineup to get everybody where they're supposed to be. It's very, very hard to try to put everybody where they got to go individually when you set it like this and you utilize it the way that I do it with my lineup. Hopefully this has been informative. If it was, go ahead and like, share, subscribe. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. One love, y'all.